Folks, I wanted to get a couple of topics I wanted to discuss. First of all, is President Obama's Supreme Court nomination of Elena uh, Kagan. Excuse me, Elena Hagan. Um, I am glad to see that she would be a strong judge on the issue of executive powers during the war on terror. I think that's a good thing. But the area where I'm concerned about her is the fact that in the recent case, which basically of the Supreme Court against Citizens United, which really was a First Amendment case, except not for individuals, but for corporations who are run by individuals, that she would have, if she had been on the Supreme Court, voted against against the rights of corporations to give money to political candidates. And, I am opposed to McCain-Feingold. She obviously is in favor of McCain-Feingold. And that is a big difference because I think you have to, instead of focusing on banning money on some people uh, who give into politics, you should probably just have more accountability. And we are having more accountability. People now know more than they used to. They have more watchdog groups now than we used to with the internet, where the money is coming from. And that's important. Certainly more watchdog groups would be great. But I don't think there's a reason to really put a hold on First Amendment rights for corporations as well as individuals. So I don't think that that is a positive aspect of her career. Is she the worst nominee the president could have picked? Well, no, but she's not the greatest either. I agree with her, certainly. I think that uh, you know, I think that she would be strong on the war on terror, but I don't think she's just really would interpret the Constitution the way it should be interpreted, which is to what it actually is, standing up for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And I'm afraid that she doesn't stand up for First Amendment rights, and that's my concern with her. And I'd like to move on to the next topic. I was shocked. I was online the other day looking up the news, and I saw that Florida Governor Charlie Crist, who is now running for the United States Senate as an independent, all of a sudden decides that he wants to have a ban on offshore drilling in off the coast of Florida. Um, Chris has now, this is now the third time he's changed his position on this issue. He ran for office opposing offshore drilling, then in 2008 announced, or 2007 announced his support for offshore drilling, and now he opposes it again. Now, what he would argue, if you ask him, is that he supports it, but not off the coast of Florida. So you're gonna run in Florida, and you're gonna say, well, we're gonna drill, but it's not gonna be off your coast. That is, I think it's despicable what Charlie Crist has done, the way that he has pandered to so many people. And I look forward to Marco Rubio becoming the next U.S. Senator from Florida. Crist could, he out of all the people that have pandered to voters, Charlie Crist is the worst because not even when he flip flops, his positions still remain inconsistent. It's not like, there are plenty of people who have flip flopped on issues. I'm supporting Mitt Romney for president. We all know he flip flopped on a couple issues, but this is the worst kind of flip flopping that you could possibly think of. And the third thing I want to talk about is I'm very disappointed in Senator Jim DeMint. Now, I know that DeMint has become somewhat of a conservative hero in the Republican Party, but I think that his endorsement of Rand Paul for the United States Senate from Kentucky shows that he really doesn't give a damn about our national security. He cares if you're a fiscal conservative, even a social conservative. He doesn't give a damn about national security. I, for one, think that national security is not just another issue. I think it's the issue. And that this is a fundamental departure on DeMint's part from conservative thought. Now, some have argued that Mitch McConnell should be replaced as Senate leader. I agree. But I have to say that after reading about DeMint's endorsement of Paul, I do not believe that DeMint should be the one to replace McConnell. McConnell is still a national security conservative. Fiscally, he's more liberal. But national security, he's more conservative than Jim DeMint.